Hi Beastie Besties, welcome back to my channel. If you're just joining me for the first time, hi, my name is Angelfish, pronouns they them, and today we are doing something a little bit different for the channel. I have not done this for the previous deluxe lines that G3 has put out in the past, but today we are doing a full line overview of Scary Sweet Birthday and giving my complete thoughts on almost the full assortment. Most of the assortments excluding the playset. I don't have Claudine, so I can't include her in this video, but I'm just gonna give my thoughts on the start. She looks great. Hopefully when she's out in stores, I'll be able to find her pretty easily and get her. It's a thing of she releases a lot later than the main assortment. So this video is only the main 4 ghouls that are in the most retailers available. Claudine is unfortunately only online at the moment, and will be coming to Walmart later this fall. So before we get into my thoughts on each and every ghoul, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on bell notifications so that you never miss an upload from me, and let's get into it. Currently here in the United States, tariffs are affecting the doll market and doll industry, so items that are previously at cheaper price points no longer are. Scary Sweet Birthday, originally, when they first dropped on Amazon, retailed for $24.99. That price, when they made it to physical retailers, has been upped to $26.99. For that price, each ghoul includes a paper invitation to Draculaura's Sweet 1600 birthday party, in lieu of the usual cardstock cutouts. In previous lines, they were posters or Polaroid photos. In this one, they're birthday invites, and they're all the same regardless of which doll you get. I feel like it's only fair that we start things off with birthday girl Draculaura, and she is a little sweetheart. I absolutely adore her. She is definitely one that you want to look for in person, though, because it's either you get a good face or decent bangs, and rarely is it both. I feel like I lucked out. I dug through like 12 Draculauras at the store to get this face and these bangs. Now, one thing I've noticed with every Draculaura across the internet, every review that I've seen, every unboxing, every photo, is that when she's right out of box, the thatching at the, like, towards the nape of her neck is not correct and needs to be redone. So that's what I've done here, and also her twin tails are not at even heights, unfortunately. I don't know why that is, but it's fine. The crown covers it up. Now, Draculaura includes herself, a little birthday cake purse, which is absolutely adorable. Mine is splitting a little. It is a rubbery material. Can't really fit much of anything in there, but it is cute nonetheless. A little handheld fan with heart details and ruffles and a little pearl chain tassel action. Very cute, sort of, she can hold it like that. The ghouls in the main assortment each include a paper accessory as well. In this case, for Draculaura, it is a photo of her and her friends, minus Claudine, with Sweet 1600 in the back, and that is just a little cardboard accessory. Very old school. I said that in Cupid's review. I like when dolls sometimes have, like, actual little mini stationery, because I think it's cute. Now, Draculaura's final 2 accessories in this case include her very hefty pearlescent pink balloon with the dripping Sweet 1600 like deco on it, with this black bow and this lovely little handle. Again, these are heavy. The dolls can't really hold them. They can hold them in the packaging, but outside of it, the best way to display them if you want your doll to actually hold their balloons is basically to lean it against their head, because they're not going to hold it otherwise. And even then, sometimes the doll's joints get knocked around from shipping, and they can't hold the balloon up at all because it's too heavy. The balloons are nice, set dressing, but they don't really do much. And then her birthday gift, presumably from her father or from Claude. I believe the Buried Secrets Series 2 packaging said it was from her father, though. This adorable little gift box with a painted bat bow detail, reminiscing of her original 2022 release signature bow. And inside we have this little, if I don't drop it, choker that has her skelet on it in pink and these black chain and gem details. Actually, I believe that's a zipper or like a safety pin. I can't tell. And it just goes right in there. I don't want to lose it, so I have been keeping it in here this entire time while it's been on display. Now, Draculaura herself, the birthday girl. Let's take a closer look at her face screening. Now, Draculaura's makeup is a silver and gray with a sort of pearl in her crease. She's got dark brown eyebrows, pink spiderwebbing detail under her eyes, her black heart birthmark as per usual, and then her lips this time are a sort of magenta liner gradient going into a deep black, almost plum color. It is very cute. Mine's fangs are a little off-center, but I don't mind. Her hair is, of course, saran. It comes much more tangled than this out of box. I need to boil wash it again because it's still a little frizzy in that sort of curled saran thing that Mattel does when they try to give a doll beach waves and it doesn't really work out in the packaging and the factory out. We all know what I'm talking about. I mean, look at Laguna, look at Twyla. It's every doll of theirs, basically. Her earrings are a lovely callback to Count Fabulous from the Sweet Screams line. And her little choker, like ruffle collar thing, is a pearly pink white sort of ensemble with a black gem in the center. In person, it color shifts to pink a lot more. On camera, it's kind of yellowed, and this is what people were worried about. And then her crown is a similar material up here with a little bow. It just clips on to her hair tie right there. Very, very cute. Now her dress details. Her cage skirt is probably my favorite out of all of the ghouls. It is birthday cake themed with pearly pink plastic, little frosting details, more bows, because of course it does, more filigree, and then her dress itself underneath it is just a plain satin bodice with this sort of tricot foil print material gathered in these spots with a ruffled satin petticoat. And this does feel a little bit like nicer than their usual satin. It's less papery. So thank you, Mattel, for at least somewhat trying in the textile department. I say somewhat trying. They did actually try in the textile department here. Her dress is nicer than some other G3 garments, and I'm just gonna say that. Like, I love G3, but we can all admit textile choices are maybe not the best on a lot of modern Mattel products. She's on the higher end. I will give her 10s for that. Now, her shoes are the last detail we need to go over. They are just black with a pearly pink heel, and they are dripping. They are birthday cake and pearl themed. Not quite the same vibe as her original G1 Sweet 1600 shoes, but they are just as cute. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to get it in frame, but they have a little bite taken out of the heel as well, which I think is a cute little detail. And the last thing that people really like about this Draculaura is that she's got gloves. She's got these black hands and these little ruffle bracelets, which are meant to make it look like she's got giant gloves on, which I love for her. It does wonders for her silhouette. It certainly makes her unique. And she has the newer hand pegs, which, for those unaware, what's it called? Hauntlywood Mysteries introduced this type of hand peg that's more G2 style. They're easier to remove for undressing, but they hold in just as well. Now hers don't have the weird rubbery material for her hand, it is the usual hand plastic, which makes me wonder why Nephra's are extra rubbery in comparison. But that is Draculaura. I honestly highly recommend picking her up. She's adorable. I think for $26.99, Draculaura is definitely one of the ones that you should go for first, in my opinion, just because she comes with a lot more like hard plastic accessories that have painted details, so she has a little bit more value in there, at least in my humble opinion. Next up is Frankie Stein, my beloved child. I love this Frankie so much. I have already covered them in a previous video where I did actually unbox them for you guys. But to sum things up, I think Frankie is another one of the really heavy hitters from this line. Their appearance is just generally very pleasing. Their makeup is to die for. I do enjoy the silver and the lips and the bold earrings and this little... You know, it didn't occur to me until after the video was recorded, but this isn't just a necklace. That's a tie. That lightning bolt, that's a tie. It's meant to be a tie. It's a tie made out of chains and jewelry. That is very, very Frankie. I can't believe I didn't even notice that that's what it was supposed to be, but that explains why it's like buttoned in the back and not just like a little clip. And their hair chains are adorable. I love this puff sleeve. I love the print on the puff sleeve. I love the print and the foil here. It's very nice, especially to see Frankie in such a deep blue color palette with the baby pink. I think is very fun. I love their shoes. I still stand by what I said in their original review. These are probably my favorite shoes here. The most painted detail on any of the shoes from this line goes to Frankie. This is very on par with G1. I appreciate these shoes so much. And the pink leg is adorable. It is kind of shimmery, but not quite there. And then, of course, Frankie's accessories include this birthday cake purse, this lightning bolt balloon, which I think is my favorite balloon, having had all 4 of them now. It's simple, but it's cute, and the pink on it is not paint, it is actual plastic, so no chance of it coming off. And then Frankie's birthday gift and their little card, which I think is adorable. I would love them to make like a stationary desk playset and give us like, I don't know, Ghoulia or like Laguna, one of the characters who canonically journals, so that we could have like little postcards and stuff. I think it would be cute. And then Frankie, of course, comes with a little watch that says like 1300 on it as the hour. And this bag is the smallest and most simple out of all the bags. No painted detail on it, which is disappointing. But for the rest of the doll, I think I can excuse it in that department. All of the paint deco went to their purse and shoes, which is more than some of the other ghouls can say. But yeah, Frankie, very high marks for me. I say they're also definitely worth it. Definitely one that you want to pick out in stores. I got lucky with their face screening. This isn't atrocious, but I have seen some ones that have horse face placements just out in the real world, and it's kind of sad. So, you know, gotta keep that in mind. Next up is Mummy Royalty herself, Miss Cleo de Nile of the Denials. We love her in this household. We adore G3 Cleo. I have said it multiple times in previous videos, but G3 Cleo is the reason that I have fallen back in love with Cleo as a doll again, because for a while there, like when I was a kid, did not enjoy Cleo's dolls all that much. Like there were a few that I liked, but by and large, wasn't really a fan. G3 Cleo just is that girl for me, and this doll is no exception. I do think this is another very heavy hitter look for her. I enjoy this outfit so much. Now, Cleo de Nile comes wearing this very interesting pearly headband thing that I'm very scared to remove, so I have not even taken the original elastics off of it. She has a wrapped ponytail in long, gorgeous saran, her usual electric and phthalo blue blend. She has these very beautiful like golden snake drippy earrings that have like little frosting details as the earring posts, and this one chain off to the side of her face, which I just think is very elegant. I love the swirls. I love how they're hearts, incorporating, like, yeah, this is Draculaura's birthday, but also it's a very Cleo headpiece, and I love that for her. Now, her makeup. Let's get started with the fact that Cleo is really hard to find a good screening for from this assortment. This was after trying to pick out from like 8 or 9 different Cleos at the store. The good news is these are going to be around for a while, but I always like to try and get them as soon as possible because batching differences can mean shorter hair later on down the line, and I prefer my dolls to have their original intended hair lengths. Now, Cleo's makeup is gold with subtle blue liner and little gold sparkles under her eyes and white lashes. And her lips are finally a ombre to brown. We don't get a lot of brown lips on Cleo in G3. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is the first time that they've actually done it. Wait, no. It's the second. First time they did it was the Bejeweled Cleo with the Gorgonizer. This is, I believe, the second time that we've gotten a brown lip on Cleo, and I get why they save it for special occasions because it is just such a lovely color on her. I wish they would use it more. They need to use it more, I swear, if they don't. It just makes me so sad when they don't. Now, Cleo's purse is birthday cake themed with a little scarab on it. Painted detail on both sides. Her outfit, a lot of people seem to be mixed on. I think it's great. I love the cupcake silhouette. I love that every outfit in this line is cake themed. Cleo has maybe my second favorite cage skirt. I love these dripping chains down here. These are lovely. Very rubbery though. Although there is no other way that they can do it, and at least this way they're flexible and they're not going to break off easy. It is very squishy. I wish that Cupid's cage skirt was squishy, because maybe she'd still be wearing it if it was. Now then we have this little painted snake in the center. Can't say that I love or hate that detail. It does make everything feel very nice and tied in. And I love this sheer panel of fabric that we've got here. Again, very, very cute, gathered in the back. And her dress underneath is just this satin piece with the blue peplum and this little gold mini skirt. Well, it's black with gold foil on it. At the bottom with these little flowers. I think it's cute. And her shoes, they are also birthday cake themed. Everybody except for Cupid got birthday cake themed shoes in the main assortment. She did have a rubber band holding this to her leg, which I think is kind of funny. I took it off because free rubber band. I restyle dolls a lot, and I like the factory bands much more than store-bought. Nothing on the soles, but I think she has the second best shoes. Frankie's still first best. And as for accessories, Cleo de Nile comes with our first reused mold of this little lipstick case from Iridescent. Haven't seen it in a while, but it is now in brown to match her lipstick from this set. She has her scarab balloon. It's okay. Probably my least favorite balloon out of the entire assortment. I just think it's way too transparent, and you just being able to see where everything clicks in from both front and back is a little disappointing. Like, the other ones at least try to cover up the seam points, but that one does not at all, and it's just a little off. Plus, it is the heaviest balloon out of all of them. Not by much, but it is still the heaviest. Then we have Cleo's birthday bag, which is just a reused sculpt of the previous shopping bags included in various Monster High G3 assortments. From Fabulous Pets to Eekend Getaway. We have seen this bag before, and we will continue to see it again. I'm glad it's not paper, because the paper shopping bags from G1 are the hardest accessories to find. Paper accessories I love, but when they're things that are easier to keep track of. Like these cards. These cards are so easy to store. Cleo's is a pyramid theme with a birthday cake. And inside it reads, "Happy birthday, boo. I'd spend millennia with you. Love, Cleo." Very sweet. Now, what did Cleo give her friend? If it will come out of the bag and not stick to the bottom, I see you in there. Come out here. Cleo, sunscreen for Draculaura. It's a practical gift. I do think it's really funny that Cleo, of all people, is the one who got her the practical gift. When you remember from the Why Do Ghouls Fall in Love special, her going, "You can't give a ghoul like Draculaura a practical gift. Her expectations are higher than the pyramids." Yeah, how the tables have turned. How the tables have turned, Cleo. Actually, I think it's Claudine that says that. They both kind of say it. It's like in tandem with each other. But yeah, that's Cleo. I get why people are mixed on her, because it took me seeing her in person to really, really, really seal the deal here. Like, I did want her for completion's sake, because I always like completing the deluxe lines. But she was definitely like third in line to be acquired. And for $26.99, I kind of get it. She is the one that has the roughest quality control on her face that I have seen. So many misplaced eyes, so many smeared lips. So do with that information what you will. And lastly, we have Cupid Asteria, who is the new ghoul introduced in this line, or rather reintroduced. She is a reimagined version of CA Cupid from Ever After High and Monster High G1. And I do say completely reimagined because she is much smaller than both of her previous incarnates. And her name, of course, is different. In G1/Ever After High, Cupid was her last name. Her first name, CA, was abbreviation for Chariclo Arganthony. Very, very, very lengthy name. I can see why they got rid of it. Even though it was just abbreviated on the doll, I think either they couldn't reacquire the trademark for it, or they just decided kids with names that are abbreviated like that are not super common anymore or something. Which might be true. I don't, as someone who's in education, encounter that super often anymore as much as I used to. It's a rarity. So I get why she had her name changed. Now, I have done Cupid in multiple videos at this point. She has had multiple video appearances where I have gone over my thoughts on her. She had a full unboxing. I think Cupid is a very fun character to get, and if you're trying to collect only new characters, I definitely recommend going for her. Her cage skirt is the worst one out of all of the ghouls. All of the other ghouls have cute birthday cake themed cage skirts that are rubbery materials that make it easier to display them. This is boxy, fairly inflexible hard plastic. It's not a very flattering shade of gold. I will be the first and not the only person to admit that this shade of gold on Cupid, very hit or miss. I like the heart bodice. It is a softer material, so the shine on it is a little better than the hard plastic, oddly enough. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but this is more matte, and as a result, it just looks a little bit more sickly. She does have really good shoes. I do love that they are these tall platforms, considering she is now officially the shortest ghoul at Monster High. She is shorter than Draculaura when barefoot. Now, she has this little bow, these little arrow bracelets. Her accessories include this balloon, which I have talked about in her previous unboxing video, and I don't feel like I have anything else to say. Compared to Frankie and Draculaura's balloons, this one is third place. It's not the worst, it's not the best. It just simply exists. Her purse is this little quiver with arrows sticking out of it, which I think is adorable. Can it hold anything? Absolutely not. There are not very many G3 accessories that can fit in here, aside from maybe if she wants to steal Frankie's lipstick from this line, because Frankie has this little tube of lipstick. And this'll fit in there for sure, absolutely, but not many other G3 accessories do. It's a very slender capsule. It just opens and closes like simple, like all the other G3 purses. Cupid does come with her own makeup. She comes with an eyeshadow palette, which has UV printed detail on the inside and is very difficult to open. I cannot imagine small hands being able to finagle this because I struggled with it as an adult. I had to heat this up before filming because it was stuck. And I have bought a couple different Cupids to restyle and repaint over the course of the past few months. They're all like this. Little hands will struggle with this accessory because, like, it's just really, really stuck on there when you first get it out of box. It is cute, though. I love doll-size makeup. Now, of course, Cupid has this unique new shopping bag. No painted detail on the back. And inside, she brings Draculaura probably the most expensive gift that she's ever getting from her friends this birthday party, which is this Love Potion perfume. It is adorable. It is heart-shaped. It is neon pink. It is perfect. It is the best birthday gift that Draculaura has gotten from any of her friends. And then she has this cute little heart birthday card. Very adorable. And a little reference to her G1 skelet and wings, which I love. Overall, standing next to the rest of the ghouls, Cupid, for me, as an adult collector, actually might be 4th place compared to her friends here. But she is the new ghoul, and she does just kind of have the least pleasing color palette out of all of them. I think she just needed to follow the design pattern that the other ghouls had. Like, I love this I love this Cupid design, don't get me wrong. She is one of my favorite new ghouls that they've reintroduced, and I'm so happy that she's back. But looking at her compared to the rest of the line, I do think she would have better fit if she had followed the general aesthetic pattern of a black bodice with foil printing. I mean, she's got the foil on this, like, petticoat thing over skirt. This is cute. She's better without this shape hog. It's so bulky. It barely fits on the stand that I am using for this video. But, you know, she is definitely the weakest design out of this entire line, which is a shame because she is the new ghoul, and the new ghoul, I guess she can't outshine the birthday girl, but she is very fun nonetheless. Also, her hair, I recurled this. This is recurled. Her box hair varies in different conditions depending on which Cupid you pluck off the shelf. It's different from doll to doll. Quality control there. Some of them have gel, some of them don't. Some of them have too much gel, some of them have not enough. And some of them desperately need a detangler brush. Overall, Scary Sweet Birthday is a very solid line. I love each and every one of these ghouls. I definitely think they're going to be doing well this holiday season. Based off of who is harder to find in stores right now that they've fully been rolled out, I definitely think the heavy hitters this holiday are going to be Draculaura, as always, because she is that ghoul. I know people are like, ugh, that pink hag is in every line. Listen, she wouldn't be in every line if she wasn't so beloved, and she just is that beloved. She is that character. She is Monster High's Barbie, basically. She's just very well known. People love Draculaura. She is flying off the shelves already. And the same actually goes for Cupid. She's fairly hard to find in stores sometimes. You have to catch them right when they restock, basically, which, granted, for dolls is once a week, usually on Thursdays for Target, but yeah, I definitely think this line is gonna be hitting pretty hard this holiday season. The deluxe lines usually do, which is good. G3 is going strong. It'll probably be going strong for another couple years. I definitely think this is a step up from Monster Fest, which is crazy because I loved Monster Fest. Is Scary Sweet Birthday worth it? For $26.99, I definitely think there are some disparities between the girls and Frankie. I would put Frankie and Draculaura at the upper tiers of this line as you get more detail for your dollar here, because they do have more painted details on their accessories and more plastic accessories, whereas the other ghouls kind of lack painted detail in some places. Now, those are just my opinions. I want to hear yours. As always, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!